Well, hello there, Morten Aastad here. Welcome to my channel and welcome to another unboxing. Yes, it's an order from Rough Trade, and it's a record I've been waiting for. Well, I ordered it right after I heard it came out, and then I had to wait for it to come out. And then I had to wait for it to come from England to Denmark, which post Brexit day seems to take forever. And after I paid some VAT and customs charges on it, I got it. And then it's been lying here on my table now for 3 weeks because I have been a very lucky boy. I've gotten a lot of records. I listened to a lot of my old records as well after I got the record player here in Denmark. And cleaning them and enjoying some old records. And then, of course, Jakob gave me the huge, wonderful VCLT. And also I wanted to give this record its due attention. So let's see what we got. Well, turns out opening that Rough Trade thing was a bit of a nightmare. And yeah, that took so long. And then I removed the plastic around the record, and I thought, well, this has taken so much time. I'm just gonna cut that out and continue showing the record. So here it's the new record by Sleater-Kinney, and it's called Little Rope. Great cover, and yeah. Just wanted to show you the inner sleeve because they're not there. But here they are. So Carrie Brownstein and Corinne Tucker, they of course are by now basically sort of a duo. They do have touring members, but after their drummer left, they are the band. I'm not 100% sure how I discovered Sleater-Kinney. It was not that. Initially, I thought maybe I checked them out because they sounded like a Monty Python sketch. That was not it. Did I find out that they're from Oregon, which I love? I've been to Portland and I've been to the south of the state of Washington and Seattle, and I love those people. Were I aware of the Right Girl movement? No. Were I aware of Sleater-Kinney before they disbanded? No. But I think that I, either through Fred Armisen, because I think he's so funny, may have stumbled upon Portlandia, where, you know, of course, Carrie Brownstein is they act in Portlandia together. Or was it, which I think is actually probably what happened, some 10 years ago, when I got my record player, I started buying some records by bands I already knew, and, you know, getting those records I always wished I had had on vinyl, but the CD age took over. But I also grabbed some records for bands that I didn't know anything about. And I remember that I stumbled across a record at Big Dipper in Oslo, which had a cool cover, and the name of the band I thought was cool. And I may have asked them if this was worth it, but it was very, very cheap. It was in a, I think they must have ordered too many of them. It was Wild Flag, which was Carrie's, briefly at least, her band in the years in between Sleater-Kinney not existing and then starting to exist again. And then very short time after that, I actually grabbed the huge monolith of a box vinyl set. It was right away the most expensive vinyl purchase I had ever done. Of all of Sleater-Kinney's vinyl albums up until they disbanded, which also came out roughly around the time when their reunion album came out. So it was a lot of Sleater-Kinney right away, and I loved them. This was right this was music for me. I like that indie, American indie music. Reminiscent of also of L7, maybe Belly, Veruca Salt, and of course Kim Deal's The Breeders, and Pixies of course as well. So yeah, I really love this band, and I think Carrie Fisher is so cool. Her you know, her. I was thinking when I saw her here with a pantsuit there, you know, she's got to have that, because she's gonna do those kicks, the Pete Townsend kicks, and when she plays the guitar. I just think she's absolutely fantastic. Oh, and I think I may have forgotten to show you the gatefold. Very nice. So let's quickly look at this vinyl. So I haven't listened to this, of course, yet. And this is the most gold record I think I've ever seen. It's almost like it's still heated and liquid. Or it's. I remember I had. Do you remember I had those gold pens where pressed down and the gold ink would come running out? Yeah, so Little Rope, brand new album by Sleater-Kinney. I saw, by the way, that the first list of releases for Record Store Day came out, and there is a 7-inch, red 7-inch by Sleater-Kinney, which contains 2 bonus tracks not available from the same recording session, so I'll definitely be looking out for that. And so thanks for watching the sort of unboxing, I guess, of the new Sleater-Kinney album. So now I've spent a couple of hours listening through Carrie and Corin's 11th album, and Carrie and Corin, yeah, this was really good. I really like this. The critics were right. I must admit that their previous album, although I didn't dislike it, it didn't somehow attach itself to me very much, and I went back to it a couple of times, and the album before that was a very big shift in direction for them, and I suppose it carried on to their previous album. The center one hold, I guess they the punk mannerisms, bad word maybe, of Sleater-Kinney have always been both in a punk and a post-punk musical world, if you like. But I guess what the shift in sound to a more gloomy synth, I wouldn't say based, but influenced music, which ultimately made Janet Weiss leave the band, if what I read is correct, was very was a factor on the previous 2 albums. Here, and from what I've understood, that the last album may also have suffered from, if I understand it right, Janet Weiss, the drummer, was the arranger, the musical arranger of the band, but here I feel that there's definitely a spark. There's more urgency to the music again. There's both the new wave element and the post-punk punk elements are stronger here, and there it comes off at times. For example, the final track, which is called Untidy Creature, and a couple of the other tracks, they're almost anthemic. I saw one critic write that there were anthem-like. They didn't use the word anthem though, but that there were moments where it was reminiscent of something Supergrass would have done. But I can understand maybe what they meant as far as the as the feel of the what I could now call anthemic sound was. But I wish I hadn't read up on a couple of things before I listened to the album, because it did color my anticipation a bit. So if you don't want that and you haven't heard the album yet, maybe don't listen to what I'm about to say. But apparently half the album was written when Carrie Brownstein's mother and stepfather died in a gruesome, I don't know why I said gruesome, I haven't read the word gruesome anywhere. Well, anyway, a car accident in Italy. And that apparently then inserted themes of death and so on. I just read a passage and now I forgot about it. But it was something about the, not the availability, but the, something about the presence of life. I don't remember now. But there are, of course, there are the themes that they very often allude to. I never feel, I mean, if you know their thoughts about the world as so on, you will know what they're on about. But I think often I feel that their lyrics are cleverer than that. There was a passage that I wrote down that I really also liked, which, even though I'm not a girl, I still felt in my life being the way it is. There was a line here: "Get up, girl, and dress yourself in clothes you love for a world you hate." I like that. I thought that was good. And maybe my favorite song, well, there was "Say It Like You Mean It" was wonderful, and there are a couple of those songs where, I don't know if it's Corin or Carrie, I think it's Carrie, where the lyrics are a bit monotone and drones a bit on, and it feels like the music is a bit lackluster in trying to push, yeah, okay, say what you're saying and get it over with, sort of. Sometimes that I feel that happens a bit in Sleater-Kinney's, some of Sleater-Kinney's songs that don't quite hit a home run for me, but I think there's maybe at least one song on this where that happens. But there was a song here called Crusader, where the lyrics is as follows. Rumor is you're trying to save us, reimagine and rename us. You're burning all the books in this town, but you can't destroy the words in our mouths. So do yourself a little favor. No one asked for a crusader. I like that.
So do yourself a little favor. No one asked for a crusader.
So I was trying to convey a little bit about how the record sounds like. It's very tight. It's boy, do they rock out on this. And things rock can also be tragic, and rock can also be sad and gloomy, but you can rock. You can convey that things are sad and gloomy and still rock, and that's what Carrie and Corin do. I mean, they're older now. They're grown women my age, and they always sort of in the beginning they were grown up for their age because they sort of had to be, and now the weight of living and experience, and then you read that one passage about what happened before this record. And also this record has a new producer, and I think that also adds to it, because the previous album I think was self-produced, and there was that the album before that, I think it was produced by a former member of St. Vincent, and that's where things maybe went a little bit too new wave-ish for them. But here I think ultimately what I think here is that the punk and the new wave go hand in hand here, and we have a terrific album, and I can't wait to hear it again. I loved it. So yeah, I absolutely endorse this new Sleater-Kinney album. Thanks for watching, guys.